Jian Kong has everything: wealth, reputation, a powerful family name. But he hates his life. Every day feels scripted, controlled by his father. One afternoon, he escaped from his daily routine. After escaping from another suffocating business meeting, suddenly he noticed something into a small flower shop. Era, a bright girl arranging sunflowers. For the first time in years, Jian feels alive. He starts visiting the shop daily, buying flowers he doesn't even need, just to talk to her. Era finds him sweet but mysterious, always alone, always hiding something in his eyes. As weeks pass, Jian and Era grow closer. They go on late-night walks, drink warm tea on cold streets, laugh at things only they find funny. But Jian never tells her who he really is. He's terrified that once she learns he's the heir of the powerful Kong group, she will treat him differently, or worse, stay away. Era, however, senses there's more to his story, especially after noticing the scar on his wrist. But even then, they were very happy and share each other's dream. Like he learns she dreams of becoming a landscape designer. She learns he loves music but was forced to quit. Just when Jian plans to reveal everything to Era, something unexpected happens. His cousin Seojin Park arrives from abroad, confident, charismatic, adored by the public. One day Jian came to meet Era with his cousin Seojin. Era recognizes Seojin immediately because he was the one who caused a hit-and-run accident that injured her older brother 2 years ago. But Seojin was never caught. The case went cold. Era freezes in shock. After meeting with Jian and Seojin, she learns the painful truth. Her heart shatters. She tells Jian not to meet her again. The truth that broke her heart was that the luxury car involved in the accident was registered in Jian's name. For the first time in his life, Jian's world collapses. Alone on the rooftop, above a city that never stops shining, he finally breaks. The truth he buried, the guilt he carried, it all comes crashing down. In his trembling hands, the police report that ruined everything. And in his heart, the fear that he may have already lost Era forever. Inside the Kong family study, where secrets never escape the walls, Seojin finally speaks. His voice shakes, his hands tremble, as he admits the sin he's run from for years. Jian listens in silence, hurt, betrayed, and yet unable to hate the brother he once protected. In that dim room, truth becomes a blade that cuts them both. And then the memory he tried to bury returns. The storm, the crash, Seojin trapped inside the wreck he created, Jian running toward him through the rain, heart pounding, hands shaking. He opened that door, and in that moment he made a choice that would haunt him every single day that followed. In the shadows of the Kong mansion's underground garage, their father made the final decision, a decision with no mercy, no hesitation. The broken car hidden under a tarp, a symbol of everything the family wanted erased. And with a single command, the truth was rewritten. The crime would be Jiun's, not Seojin's, and Jun, frozen in fear, obeyed. Now, standing before his reflection, he no longer recognizes the person staring back. Era's faint reflection appears behind him, close enough to touch, but worlds away. The truth has shattered him, and the guilt he carries is heavier than ever. He lifts his hand to the glass, wishing he could turn back time, wishing he could be the man she deserved. Just when Era thought the truth couldn't hurt her anymore, another wound opens. Unable to breathe, unable to look at Jian, she turns away. Each step she takes feels like tearing her heart from her chest, and behind her, Jian reaches out, wanting to hold her. But guilt chains his voice in silence. The sunset fades, just like the hope between them. When Era disappears from sight, Jian's strength finally gives out. He sinks to the cold, empty street, knees drawn to his chest like a broken child. The world keeps moving, cars passing, lights flickering, but he is frozen in heartbreak. Raindrops mix with tears he can't wipe away. Everything he tried to protect has shattered anyway. In her small room, Era breaks in a way she never has before. She hugs her knees, gasping quietly, trying not to scream at the betrayal of fate, or at the brother she once admired. Her tears fall onto the drawing she made for Jian, a drawing of a future she thought they could build. But now, even love feels like a lie. Across the city, Seojin sits alone in his car with the truth in his hands, a photo of Era's brother, the boy he protected, the boy who let him carry the blame. His hands shake violently as guilt crushes his chest. He wanted to be the hero once, but instead, he became the reason everything fell apart. Tonight, even breathing feels like a punishment. Jiun stands alone on the bridge above the Han River, wind tearing through him like the truth he revealed. He holds a letter, his final words to Era, not to beg, not to defend himself, but to free her from the weight of his silence. He knows this choice may cost him everything, yet for the first time, his heart is clear. Love isn't about holding on, sometimes it's about letting go. Just when Era and Jiun couldn't find peace with the complexities of their lives, fate opens its doors once more. A stranger steps into the flower shop, wrapped in a beige coat, eyes heavy with secrets. Era feels her heart tighten, because sorrow this deep never walks in by accident. Without a word, the woman places an old cracked phone on the counter. A frozen image lights up the screen. The night of the accident, Era's breath stops. Her trembling hand rises to her mouth. As the stranger points to the truth she's hidden for far too long. Inside the video, the real story finally unfolds. Not Seo Jin behind the wheel, Mr. Kong, Jun's own father, panicking in the driver's seat, rain pounding like judgment on the windows. He looks at the security camera, knowing the lie he's about to bury. Back in the shop, the woman pulls down her hood. Era's eyes widen. She remembers her, the nurse from the hospital that night. Tears gather as she whispers the truth. She wanted to speak, but she was forced into silence. And now, she can't carry the guilt anymore. Era steps outside, into the first snow of the year. Cold flakes melt on her eyelashes. As she looks up at the sky, everything she believed, rewritten in a single night. Pain, relief, fear, they all crash together as snow swirls beneath the streetlights. And for the first time, she wonders if the truth will ever stop hurting. When the truth finally hits her, Era can't stay still. She runs through the freezing night, snow stinging her cheeks, heart pounding louder than the city around her. Every step, every breath pulls her closer to the one person she can't lose again. Across the Han River, Jiun stands alone, the kind of alone that echoes. Snow settles quietly on his shoulders, as if even winter has given up warming him. He grips the railing, wondering if loving Era was the most beautiful mistake he ever made. And then, a voice cuts through the snowfall. His name, spoken with fear and hope and love he thought he'd lost. June turns, eyes widening as Era appears at the end of the bridge, breathless, glowing under the streetlights, running toward him like he's the only thing left in her world. They walk toward each other, slowly at first, then faster, until the distance disappears. Tears mix with falling snow, as Era takes his hand, not gently, but like she's afraid he'll fade if she lets go. Jiun lowers his forehead to hers, breath trembling, because for the first time, they're hurting together, not apart. On a snow-covered bench, under the silent winter sky, Era finally tells him everything, every lie, every secret, every truth she uncovered tonight. Jiun listens, shock in his eyes, anger burning, but never at her. When she finishes, he takes her cold hands and whispers the only word she needs, Era, thank you for finding me again.